Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's blog post we're going to talk about the balance transfer for 0% APR strategy and why it's so powerful for you as a business owner and or real estate investor. At the end of this video, you're going to learn how to best utilize 0% balance transfers and how you can get 0% introductory APR business credit cards as well as balance transfer cards for 0% that are going to help you not only consolidate your debt if you need to, but also save on interest. And at the same time, this is going to give you the opportunity as a business owner to build your business credit. So let's talk about what exactly is a balance transfer. Personal credit cards and business credit cards give you the ability to do balance transfers. And what a balance transfer is, basically in a nutshell, is you're taking the debt that you owe on one credit card and you're transferring that debt, that balance that you owe, onto another credit card. So basically this other credit card is paying off the card number one. So let's make it easy. You have two credit cards. Let's say card number one, you have a $10,000 balance, and then card number two, let's say you have a $20,000 credit limit availability. You have zero balance on card number two. And let's say on card number one, you have a 21% interest rate on your $10,000 balance. So you're paying interest on your payment every month. And card number two, let's say you have a 0% balance transfer opportunity for 18 months. And let's say now what you want to do is you want to move the balance that you owe, the $10,000 on card number one, onto card number two, so you can enjoy that 0% on that $10,000 debt as opposed to paying 21% annual rate on card number one. So what you're going to do is on card number two is you're going to initiate a balance transfer. So there's three different ways you could do a balance transfer with the credit card. Number one, you can basically contact the bank, the card number on the back of the credit card, and say you'd like to do a balance transfer. So on card number two, you're going to call your card issuer number two and say, I'd like to do a balance transfer and take advantage of the 18 months at 0%. They're going to ask you for the credit card number and the information for the card that you want to transfer the balance to. And what they do in essence is they pay off that balance on card number one, and then now you have a new balance on card number two. So now you'll have the $10,000 balance on card number two at 0% for 18 months, and card number one becomes a 0% balance. Okay, so this doesn't mean you're paying off any debt. You're basically transferring a balance, okay? Now, another thing to consider when you're doing balance transfer, another option you have than making a phone call is sometimes the credit card companies will give you a balance transfer checks. So you also can stroke a check to transfer a credit card balance. So a lot of times you're going to get these offers in the mail, whether you have business credit cards or personal credit cards. You have that 0% offers. They'll give you some checks that you could transfer the balance and get 0%, let's say 12 months or even 18 months. So this is something you're going to get on a regular basis. Okay, so those are convenience checks. The third option is doing it online. Many times credit card issuers will provide you an online access account so you could transfer a balance online. So those are the three different ways you can initiate a balance transfer. So the other thing I want you to differentiate is that there's 0% balance transfer APRs, and then there's 0% on purchases APR. Now, how do you get 0% on purchases? Make sure you don't confuse the two, because you'll hear many business credit cards, especially the ones we set up for you, come with a 0% introductory APR for 6 to 18 months. That's on purchases. That's when you open up a new credit card. Many times credit card companies will offer you a 0% APR on purchases. Okay, but when we're talking about balance transfers, that's an entirely separate APR. Okay, so to get those 0% balance transfers, you have to be able to be offered that opportunity from the credit card issuer. Okay, so let's talk about the different benefits and the different strategies on how you would use a 0% balance transfer. Well, one of the things that we love to do if you're a business owner is, let's say you've been using personal credit cards for your business and you have debt on your personal credit cards from business purchases. So let's say you have $10,000 worth of credit card debt right now on personal credit cards that you use for your business. Well, what we can do is we can get you 4 to 5 business credit cards in your company's name that only report to the business credit reporting agencies. And so all those business credit cards you'll get, the 4 to 5, will come with a 0% introductory APR, and you have the ability to get the 0% on the balance transfers as well. So on the credit card debt that you have on your personal credit cards that's business related, once you get the cards from the business side, you can transfer those balances on your personal credit cards on now to the business credit cards. Okay, so your business credit cards are now going to be receiving the actual debt that you incurred on the personal. What this does is a couple things. This will help, number one, dramatically improve your personal credit utilization on your personal side. Your credit scores are going to go way up because basically those cards are going to be now at 0. And because you're transferring those balances, guess what? You're not paying those off. You're transferring them, but you're shifting them over to the business credit cards because they're business-related expenses. But your business credit card debt does not show up on your personal credit. So that's a powerful way for you to, number one, separate your personal from your business, how to dramatically improve your personal credit utilization because you're transferring business debts on personal credit cards onto now business credit cards that only report to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay, so that's a one strategy alone that's extremely powerful when you take advantage if we get you set up with our business credit lines program. Now, for more details on that, you can go to businesscreditbuilders.org and look at our business credit lines program. Okay. One thing I want to point out, though, is when you do a balance transfer, banks, card issuers will charge you typically a 3% fee to do a balance transfer. Okay, so make sure you're aware of that. So whatever amount you transfer, they're going to charge you a one-time fee of 3% to balance transfer that amount. So you want to make sure that there's that little cost that you have there. But one of the things on how to utilize balance transfers to benefit you when you're pulling lump sums of cash out of your credit cards, whether it's personal or business, is using what's called the balance transfer strategy. Okay, so what that means is, let's say you pull out $10,000 in cash out of a credit card, and now you have the high interest, which is called a cash advance. To avoid that cash advance, you could transfer that cash advance balance onto another credit card doing the balance transfer. So now the card that you did the balance transfer on will absorb that cash advance debt, and let's say you have 0% on that one card, and so you're basically pulling cash out for only 3%. Okay, so card number one, now once you transfer that debt over to card number two, let's say it's a cash advance, card number one has credit limit available again because you just transferred that debt over to another card. So that's just another benefit of how to utilize balance transfers. There's a lot of other ways you're going to save on interest. If you have 0% on balance transfers, you're going to save 100% of your payment will go towards the principal. So once you transfer a balance from a card with a higher rate to a 0% card via a balance transfer, is 100% of those payments that you now make go towards the principal because there's no interest being charged. But one real important strategy I want you to make sure you're aware of, because most people worry about, well, I had a 0% APR, but it's now expired, and now I'm paying 19% or I'm paying 20%. So there's a very simple way for you to get 0% again, is you call another one of your cards that you have no balance on, let's say, or a high credit limit that you have credit available, and ask, I'd like to transfer a balance. What type of balance transfer offers can you offer me? So your credit card issuers will be more than happy to offer you a balance transfer offer at 0%, let's say 6 months, 12 months, or even 15 months or more, because they want your debt. That's the thing you need to understand, is credit card companies will always be sending you these 0% balance transfer offers, especially if you have credit limit availability, is because they want your debt. Because what they're betting on is, yeah, you're going to get 0% and not pay any interest for maybe 12 months or more, but they know, they're hoping you won't pay off that credit card debt. So when the promo period is over, then you're paying your full APR. Okay, so remember, you can always take advantage by calling card issuers that you currently have credit with and request what type of balance transfer offer would they be willing to offer you if you transfer a balance. So that's another strategy to realize, just because your 0% APR period is over doesn't mean you can't get balance transfer opportunities at 0% by just picking up the phone and call. But don't be surprised, you're going to get quite a few of those offers, especially if you're not using, you have a couple cards that you don't have any credit card debt on. They're going to want you to transfer your debt to those cards. Okay. Just the other day, I got an offer from Capital One, 0% for 18 months. I mean, that's almost 2 years at 0% just to transfer a balance. Okay, so that's just the benefits of utilizing the balance transfer strategy at 0% APR. Just make sure if you plan to utilize the balance transfer strategy, be aware of that 3% transfer fee. At the same time, be aware that it has to make sense for you. That's the most important thing. Ideally, when you do a transfer, your goal is to pay off that debt before your APR period, the 0% period, ends. But again, you can always transfer it again if you need to another card, but you're absorbing another 3% fee if you do that. So with that, I hope this blog post helped you out. Make sure if you like this information, click the like button and click the subscribe button, because you'll be notified every time we come out with new strategies, funding programs, how to leverage and build your business credit so you can get the maximum funding for your business or real estate investment company. So with that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.